friends, welcome to this online course conducted by Ramanujan College, New Delhi on the topic how to create our own MOOCs. This video is about how to we use function in MS Excel. I am Dr. Jai Singh and in this video I will demonstrate you how to make different type of the functions and formula which we use in MS Excel. The objective of this video are the student will be able to enter the data in MS Excel and they will be able to use the different type of the functions in MS Excel and they will also be able to draw the charts and graphs in MS Excel.
Today in this lecture, I will show you how we use different functions in MS Excel, and I will also show you how we calculate our data according to our need. At the last of this lecture, I will show you how we draw the chart and graphs in MS Excel. Now we see MS Excel worksheet is open, and here you can see that report card of the students are given, and 15 students are here according to their serial numbers, and in 5 subjects their marks are given: Hindi, English, social science, science, maths, and their marks are given in this table. We want to find the sum, average, percentage, and also we want to find the value of according to some special formula like 2 times of the English plus 3 times of mathematics and 2 times of the science. But before this, in the starting, I will show you how we find the sum in MS Excel. So first we select the cell where we want to find the sum, and this cell is selected, and in this first we type equal. As we know that we start any formula by the symbol equal, and after this we type S U M, and we see that in this drop down menu sum is available, the function sum is available, and we click it, and when we click it then a bracket is visible, and after this we can take the help uh, by this. Here we see that number 1 and number 2 are printed here. It means we have to insert the numbers which we want to find the sum. So from here we want to find the sum of the marks of students in Hindi, English, social science, science and maths. So we select this cell and drag up to the score in mathematics. Automatically it has been selected from the cell B2 to F2. We see that first data is in Hindi, that is in B2 cell, and in mathematics up to F2. So we select it, and at the last we close the bracket, otherwise it will show the error, and after closing this bracket we click the enter button and we find the sum, that is 310, and this sum is the sum of the scores of mathematics, Hindi, English, social science and science. After this we put our cursor near to the end of this cell, and when this cursor is converted into plus sign, bold plus sign, then after clicking the left finger we uh, drag it up to the cell where we want to find the sum, and we see that automatically based on the same formula sum is visible in this column. So in this way we can find the sum of the scores in any subjects or any number of the data. Now we will show you how we find the average. In this cell where we want to print the average, first we select this cell, and after this we click OK. We write equal sign, and then we think about the average. As we know that average is the sum of the marks divided by number. So we can find it by the sum divided by the numbers. So after this we write average AV, and we see that average function is visible. So we click average, and when it is selected, then we fill the cell address of which we want to find the average. So we select the score of Hindi, English, social science, science and mathematics, and we see that the cell with address B2 to F2 has been selected. After this we close the bracket and click enter, and we see that average of these scores, that is 62, of the first student is visible, that is 62. And after this we drag this up to the right in corner when our cursor is converted into plus symbol, and then we drag it up to the last student's score, and we find that average of all the students score in different subjects have been calculated in a systematic and very easy way. Now we want to find the percentage. We will show you how to find the percentage. We click this cell where we want to print the percentage, and then write equal sign, because we know that with the equal sign formula starts. And as we know, the percentage, uh, since the marks are given in 5 subjects and out of 500, so maximum marks is 500, and the percentage can be calculated by sum divided by 500 multiplied by 100. Then we write the cell address of this sum, that is 310 is the sum, and the address is H2. So we write H2 divided by multiplied by 100 and divide by 500. So we write this formula, that is equal cell address H2 multiplied by 100 divided by 500, and we click enter, and we see that 62 is the percentage for this student. And after this we drag it in the same way, and we see the percentage of these scores are visible. Now I want to find the value according to this formula, that is 2 times of the English and 3 times of mathematics and 2 times of the science. For this we write in this cell, we write equal, and we write 2, and then we multiply it by cell address for the English, that is C2. We write C2, and as we write the C2, the cell has been selected, and then plus we make the bracket, and after this we click plus 3 multiplied by score in mathematics, that is the address for the mathematics score, that is we can see here mathematics score is here, that is F2. So we write F2, and we close the bracket so that there will not be any error, and then plus we make the bracket 2 multiplied by science score, and we know that the science score is here given in E2 cell. So we write E2, and we close the bracket In this way, we make the formula for 2 times of English, 3 times of mathematics, and 2 times of the science. After this, we click enter button, and we find the value, that is 456 for the first student, and we in the same way we drag it, and the value is filled in these cells for all the students. So in this way, we can see that we can find the value according to our formula that we have made it. And after this, in this second part, I will show you how we draw the chart. For the chart and graph, we click insert button, and as we see that insert button is visible in the ribbon, and we click insert, and we can see that in this group, that is the charts group, different types of the charts and graphs are given. Maps and charts, pie diagram, these are given. So we select the data for which we want to find the column or any different graph. We select it, and as we see that we have selected the score for the English, Hindi, social science, science and mathematics. And after this, we click recommended chart. From here, or we can also click uh, from this arrow, and when we click this arrow, then this dialog box is open, and from here the second tab is all charts. We click all charts. In all charts, different types of the charts are visible, and when we see this, and we select column, and in this column section we see different types of the columns are given, and we select this column, and after this we click OK, and we see that our chart is visible in this page, in this worksheet. In another lecture, I will show you how we can format this chart, but here one thing I want to show you, that when chart is selected, it means when we click the chart, then we see that the chart design tab is open, and from these two buttons, that is format and chart design, under the chart tools, we can format, we can change our chart according to our need. And one more button is here in data section. We see that switch row column is visible, and with this switch row column, we can change the row into column and column into the row. It means in different occasions, if we are not interested to find the any variable on the x-axis and different variable on the y-axis, we want to change it x-axis into y-axis and y-axis into the x-axis, then we can change it by using this switch row column. We click it, and we see that our graph chart has been changed, and here we can see that in chart, in the x-axis, now the subject is visible. Subject means Hindi, English, social science, science and maths are visible on the x-axis. If we want to come back in the previous position, then we again click this, and we can see that in this, in the x-axis, 1 to 15, that is the total number of the students are visible, and when we click the switch row column, then subjects are visible. So in this way we can change the row and column in another form. So after selecting it, we can drag this chart, and in next section I will show you how to format this chart.